Welcome to a world where particles, vibrations, and light collide, a place where leading industry experts and healers come together to discuss controversial topics that will challenge your beliefs and expand your mind. From quantum physics to metaphysics, no topic is off limits, but this is not your typical podcast.
Is that the solution for the frustration? Is to be in your integrity?
Yes.
All
yes.
right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Always be in your integrity. And in your integrity, you understand that it is what it is. Energy is until it's not, right? Energy is flowing into your body until it stops flowing because it becomes so clogged up, and then disease begins, right? So be in your integrity. When somebody's saying something that you totally disagree with, don't sit in your mind and go, what an idiot, right? Just say, wow, they're really convicted on how they feel. That's amazing. Bless them in their thoughts. Don't be judgmental in their thoughts. Bless them for having the power to feel the way they feel, even if it's different from you.
It's a show guaranteed to make you question your assumptions and push you to expand your horizons. For those who are already fascinated or passionate about the work of Patti Conklin, this show will give you an inside look into the mind of one of the industry's most renowned figures in vibrational mediation. With over 28 years of experience and a long list of big-name collaborations, Patti's insights and perspectives will inspire and challenge even the most seasoned practitioners. And if you're the skeptic who doesn't believe in vibrational mediation, this show is for you. Healers, doctors, and scientists are just a few of the professions represented by our fascinating visitors that bring their unique perspective to every episode. Join us on this journey into the world of healing within and adventure inside. Our mission is to inspire, challenge, and enlighten our audience with thought-provoking conversations and fascinating guests from a wide range of fields who can shed new light on important issues facing society today. Join us for each episode if you're ready to explore and learn about the latest developments at the intersection of cutting-edge science, spirituality, and self-improvement. Enter a world where waves, particles, and light all meet. Enter the world of healing within and adventure inside.
Hi, everyone. I know you're going to enjoy my very awesome, dear friend, an incredible woman who has done so much for the world and continues to do so. And her name is Lissa Coffey. And I want to talk to you just a minute about Lissa. And I know, I should just go offhand, but I'll read her bio because I know I'll miss something. Lissa's the founder of coffeetalk.com and the author of 15 books, including her latest title, Song Divine, a new lyrical rendition of the Bhagavad Gita. And now she and her songwriting partner, Vito Grigoli, have turned the book into a musical album called Song Divide, the Bhagavad Gita rock opera. She's been on Good Morning America, The Today Show, HGTV, Home and Family, and many more media outlets with her ancient wisdom, modern style philosophy. And it truly is a modern style philosophy. And I just always love what you bring to the table, Lissa. So welcome to the show. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited for this new channel, this new wonderful resource for all of us to find all things spiritual. This is what we need right now.
This is what we need right now. And you've been such a big part of my life for the last 25 years.
Yeah, a long time.
It's nice.
Works both ways.
It's nice to be able to bring you on so people can learn more, because they really need your teachings and your wisdom and everything that you do. So why the Bhagavad Gita?
Well, I've been in the spiritual space for a long time, and I've always heard about the Bhagavad Gita, and it was recommended to me so many times, and I'd buy it and I'd look at it and I'd be like, I don't understand it. I don't know what is the big deal. I don't get it. This guy's in a war. How is this spiritual? I didn't understand it at all. And so I kept buying different copies to think, okay, well, maybe this copy will be able, or this copy, there's so many. The Bhagavad Gita is the second best-selling book and the second most translated book in the world. I mean,
Really?
it's the first one is the Bible. So it's after the Bible, it's the second best. So I didn't know what I was, I knew I was supposed to read it, but I didn't really know how. But then I found the Vedanta Society, and this Swami, who's now my teacher, he asked me to join his new class that was starting on Tuesdays at 4:30. And I said, great, what is it on? And he said, it's on the Bhagavad Gita. I said, perfect. This is just what I need. So he had us all get the book. Here's the book, right?
Oh my gosh.
Huge. It's huge.
Wow.
But a lot of it is because they have the Sanskrit, and then they have the Sanskrit alliteration so that you could read it with the English letters. And then they have it written out in English, and then they have commentary. So it's a big, bulky book. And when we were studying this, just one verse, it would take us all of the whole hour to study the one verse.
Wow.
And there's 700 verses. So you can imagine it took years to go through this book. But I loved it. I loved it so much. And my Swami kept saying, you guys, what I want you to do is memorize these verses. If you find one that really sings to you, and Bhagavad Gita means song of God. So when you memorize it in Sanskrit, it's kind of like a sing-song thing. But when you turn it into English, it's like, it doesn't rhyme. It doesn't have rhythm. It's just blah, blah, blah. So he told us to memorize these verses, and I was having a hard time. I was like, it kind of doesn't make sense. So I thought, well, in order to do my homework, I'm going to rewrite the verse. I'm going to make it an English rhyming verse. And, I have a background as a songwriter and stuff. So I figured I could do this.
Yeah.
And I started doing it, and I thought, this is not bad. This is pretty good because the meaning is still there and everything. But then I started feeling guilty, and I thought, who am I to be rewriting the Bhagavad Gita? This is a 5,000-year-old book. And I'm this newbie to the whole thing. What am I doing? So I went to my Swami. I showed him what I had done, and I asked for his blessing. I said, is this okay that I'm doing this? What do you think? He was so happy. He was like, this is great. This is what Westerners need. This is what young people need. This puts it into terms that they can relate to, that they can understand. And I said, okay, great. So I'm just going to keep doing it. So I kept on, chapter by chapter, writing away. And I was just so involved in it. I mean, it's like, I loved doing it so much. It was the first thing I did when I woke up, the last thing at night. I was doing it all day. I loved it, loved it, loved it. Couldn't get enough.
Wow.
So I knew it was good. When you're in that flow like that, that's like channeling or divine guidance,
Absolutely.
You're in the right direction.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I put it all together into a book. And when I was writing it, I kept hearing the song, the rhythm, the going on.
Yeah.
So I knew at some point that these would all be songs. And I went to Vito, my pal, who I knew from Center for Spiritual Living for years. He played at my wedding to Greg.
Yeah.
And said, so Vito, this is my idea. And can you write some music to go with each song? And he's looking at it and he's going, Lisa, there are 45 verses here. How are we going to make this a song? This is a lot of work.
Yeah.
I said, I know, but I think we can do it. Let's just try. He's like, okay, we'll give it a try. First song, he was hooked. He's like, this is brilliant. Nobody's ever done this before. We got to do this, So we just kept at it, song by song by song by song.
Wow.
And the rest is history. It took 3 years to make the album.
I was going to say, how long did it take? I mean, how much time were you guys collaborating on this?
Yeah. I mean, it only took me 6 months from beginning to end to write the book, but it took us 3 years from beginning and end to write the music and everything. And a lot of that is because, COVID was in there, 2 years of lockdown. So we couldn't be in person in the studio. We had to find just the right voices to sing for Krishna and for Arjuna. For the first song that we wrote, I thought what I really want is a famous pop star from India, so that, it's really important to me that the authenticity of the Bhagavad Gita and the tradition and the cultural history and everything behind it of India be accepted by the Indian people. This is their thing. I don't want them going, oh, cultural appropriation and all that. That's not good. So I thought, okay, I want to find an Indian pop star. I don't know who Indian pop stars are, right? So I'm Googling. I don't know.
Yeah.
But everyone I knew who was from India or who lives in India now, they all said, Sonu Nigam, that's who you need. You need Sonu Nigam. He's the biggest name. And I'm like, okay, what does that mean? They go like Justin Timberlake, that's how big he is. Like Elvis Presley, that's how big he is. Like the Beatles. I'm like, okay, I get it. He's the guy. He's the guy we want to be Krishna. So, of course, I didn't have any connections to him. Like, what am I going to do? But I kept asking people, do you know him? Do you know of him? Do you know someone who knows him? And I ended up finding someone who knew someone who knew someone who knew him. And I ended up getting to that person who knew him.
Wow.
Pitched him on it. And he said, okay, I'll ask him. I said, okay, ask him. So he asked him. And then he calls me back, the guy, not Sonu, calls me back and says, yeah, Sonu's interested and he's going to be in San Jose Friday. This was a Wednesday. He can meet me Friday in San Jose. And I'm like, I live in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, yeah, I can do it. Next day, Thursday, I flew on a plane up to San Jose. The guy told me, you're going to stay in this hotel. You're going to meet him at this time, at this place, everything he told me, I had to do it exactly. So I did that. I was like, I can't believe I'm doing this. So yeah, Friday morning, I get up bright and early. I'm waiting in the lobby of the hotel with my, I didn't even have any, like a CD or anything to give him. I just had like the recording on my phone. So
right.
He was so sweet, and he comes and gives me a big hug and he says, okay, sit down. And how you can tell when someone's in a hurry, they're the way they are. It's like, okay, just get to the point kind of thing. So he's like, okay, tell me what it's all about. And I gave him a little 2-minute pitch and he's like, okay, let me hear. So he's listening. I see him tapping his foot. I'm like, okay, this is good. This is good. And he goes, what makes you think you can do this? And I said, oh, Sonu, I have to do this. I just have been working on this for so long. And this is, I need to do this. And it's divine guidance. Look, I'm sitting here with you right now. This is just divine. It's meant to be. He goes, okay, I'll do it because this is your dharma. This is what you were meant to do. This is going to work. I just know it is. So yes, I'll do it. Call so-and-so, we'll set it up.
Oh my gosh.
So I couldn't believe it. I was like, so excited. I was shaking. I was like, who do I call first? I got a yes. But then of course we had to work out all the details because he's going all over the world in concert and TV shows and public appearances. And
sure.
So it ended up that my goddaughter was getting married in November in Delhi. So I told him, okay, I'm flying to Delhi in November. He lives in Mumbai, which is Bollywood, right?
Yeah, right.
Said, I can be in Bollywood for this week. Are you going to be in town? And he's like, I'll be in town for these 3 days. I go, okay, you pick a day. I'll be there. I'll get the studio, everything. And we did. And we met and he sang the song and it was amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah. Oh my,
I couldn't believe it. It was like one of the best days of my whole life.
I mean, that's one of the things that happens, right? When you're with professionals and they know their stuff, you know your stuff, and you come together and it's just magical.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
magical.
And
His-
my
his
godson,
was wonderful.
yeah. And my godson said, look, we have these 3 days at the studio, so let me bring in some musicians for you. So one of the other days he brought in like I don't know if I can remember all the names of the instruments right now, but like the Indian flute and this Indian sarangi, it's called. We don't even have this instrument in the USA. It looks kind of like a cello, but it's round and you sit on the floor and you play it with your cuticles or something. It's like really bizarre, but it sounds so good, you know? And I'm like, so we got those 2 guys in, they played on a lot of the tracks that we could reuse, you know?
Sure.
It was just a dream. I couldn't believe it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
How amazing. And a beautiful wedding on top of that.
Oh my gosh. It was the first Indian wedding I'd been to ever.
Oh yeah.
This 5-day event. And my goddaughter's like gave me this calendar. Okay, you have to dress like this, wear this, be here then. I'm like, oh wow, this is like, it was so fun. It was a blast. It was a blast.
Wow. What a journey. And it came out not too long ago.
Yeah, it came out in October of last year. And what's good about that is that the cutoff line for the Grammys is September. So the 2022 Grammys have already been. So now we're in line for the 2023 Grammys in the New Age category.
Wow.
So starting this summer, this is what it looks like, the CD, if you guys want to see it.
Yes. Look
and
at that.
You guys can go to just songdivine.com and you'll see all the stuff about it.
Yeah.
But, so during this summer, I'm going to have to do a big push, to try to get the word out and get the Grammy voters on board and to know about it and all that. We already made music videos, like lyric videos that are on YouTube. So that gives us a start,
Right. I love the production that's on YouTube of the young woman dancing.
That's the one that Sonu. Yeah, that's the one that Sonu sings.
Yes.
That's his voice on there. And we filmed that in Malibu on the beach.
Yeah. Who was your dancer? Is that someone you knew?
Radhika. I have known her since she was like a little girl.
Yeah.
She's darling, and she's grown up and she just graduated from USC and as an engineering major. So she's brilliant. She's talented. She's creative. She's beautiful. That she's perfect. And I wanted a kind of a storyline for that video. So the storyline is that her grandmother is the one who taught her Indian dance, but she's in California and her grandmother passes away in India, but she can't go because of COVID. So instead, so instead she dresses in her Indian dance costume and goes to the beach to like honor her grandmother and throws the rose petals in the water and does her prayers and everything. And she has this vision of Krishna and she thinks she sees Krishna. And when she goes towards him, he disappears. And what's left is the peacock feather, which is one of the symbols of Krishna.
Right. Talk to me for a minute about Krishna. I think you and I talked about this, I'm going to say probably close to 20 years ago when we met for lunch in LA. I was getting ready to fly out and we managed to grab a quick lunch. Talk to me about Krishna. What does Krishna mean to you?
Krishna is, Krishna has had many incarnations. Krishna is an avatar, and in the Bhagavad Gita, he's God incarnate. He looks like a man. He's you could kind of relate him like Jesus Christ, right? Like Jesus Christ looks like a man, acts like a man, teaches like a man. Some people might, debate, does he have powers or whatever, but the people who know him know who he is, right?
Right.
That's how Krishna is. So when his birth story is actually very similar to Jesus's birth story in that, Krishna was born in a jail, like Jesus was born in a barn, right?
In a barn, right?
Yeah.
In a stable. Yeah.
Yeah, in a stable. And then Krishna was born in a jail to his parents, and then his parents had to quick pass him off to somebody who could take him away because his jailer would have killed the baby.
Right.
So he had to grow up with someone else. And it's like this remarkable story. But by the time Arjuna meets Krishna, they become friends. And Arjuna doesn't know that Krishna is God incarnate. He just thinks he's this really smart guy and he's a really cool guy and he's teaching him stuff. And, he's fun to be around. He's always smiling and happy and people love him and he's a good friend. So when Arjuna has to go into this battle against his cousins, he seeks counsel from Krishna.
Oh, wow.
But then the cousin on the other side, he knows Krishna too. They're all cousins, distant cousins. Everybody's related, right?
Right.
He says, no, Krishna, you're going to help me, So Krishna's in the middle. Arjuna's on one side. Duryodhana, the bad guy, is on the other side. Krishna says, look, I'm not going to take sides in this battle. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to bear arms in this battle. I'm not. But I'll tell you what, to one of you, I will give my entire army and all my weaponry. You have that power behind you. I'll just loan them to you. You can have them. To the other person, I will stay by your side and counsel you. So Duryodhana, the bad guy, says, oh, I want to pick first. And Krishna says, no. Arjuna asked me first, so he gets to pick first. So Arjuna says, Krishna, I want you by my side. So Duryodhana is cracking up like, right, you idiot, are you kidding me? And so he got the whole army and the weapons. So Arjuna says, I know that having you by my side is more valuable than anything. And that's what I need. I don't care that you're not holding any weapons or anything. I would like you to drive my chariots. So here's Krishna driving the chariot. He's like the Uber driver today.
Right.
And they get to the battlefield and Arjuna's like, uh-oh, what did I get myself into? And he starts having a panic attack. And he says, Krishna, before the war starts, can you just drive me to the center of the battlefield so I can kind of see what's going on and see what we're up against? So he drives him to the middle of the battlefield. And Arjuna looks around and he's like, oh my gosh, I don't think I can do this. And he starts having a meltdown. He's like, that other side has like so many more people than we do. We're so outnumbered. They have so many more weapons. And not just that, the people on the other side, that's my family. That's my teachers. That's my neighbors. That's my cousins. These are people I grew up with, my friends.
Yeah.
I know I'm a warrior. I'm the general of this army, for heaven's sake. But I mean, I don't think I can kill my friends. How can I do this? And he's starting to think, you know what? I think I'm just going to leave. I think I'm just going to like give up right now and then nobody will die and whatever. Krishna, what should I do? I'm in a dilemma. What do I do? And that's where the Bhagavad Gita starts. That's where the whole Bhagavad Gita is Krishna giving him advice, telling him how life works and what it takes to be a human and what your purpose is. And, you know, what all of this is all about. I mean, I think all of us come to a point at some time in our lives, whether it's by losing someone or having a terrible disease or getting in a car accident or, you know, experiencing poverty or whatever it is, where we're down on our knees saying, I don't know what to do. Please help me, you know, and we need that guidance. Yeah. Well, many people find guidance in the Bible and many people find guidance in the Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. So I wanted to make it like really accessible because it literally changed my life. I mean, literally every question you could ever think of, that if you wanted to talk to God to say, why am I here? Why was I born? Is there such a thing as reincarnation? How does this work? What is karma? What is suffering? What is that? All of those questions are answered in this book so beautifully, so succinctly, that there's no room for doubt,
Yeah.
But it takes Arjuna 18 chapters to understand. So, it's like Krishna, you think, oh, Krishna, he gave such a good answer. But then the next chapter, Arjuna is like, yeah, but what about this? Well, but what about this? And that's how our human mind works.
Absolutely.
And then Krishna covers it. And he's like, okay. But even at the end, Krishna says, look, I can't tell you what to do. You have to make up your own mind. I gave you the information that you were asking for. So It's up to you. Take this information and you decide what you're going to do. It's your choice.
Wow.
That's life. I mean,
that's life. I mean, it really is, because all you can do is give those suggestions and people are going to make their decisions, right?
Yep.
And they're going to, and so many people make their decision based upon their history of what they think they know. And if they're willing to let go of what they think they know and move into possibilities and new perceptions, they can really shift how they're viewing their life and what they want to do with it.
Yeah.
So,
and I was going to say, if there's one thread, if there's one big takeaway, the biggest takeaway from the Bhagavad Gita is that Krishna says, know who you are.
Yeah.
And I think it all kind of boils down to that. We are on this earth to understand and know and learn and become and express who we are.
Right. Absolutely.
That's what it's all about.
Absolutely. It's that continuation of diving deeper to become an authentic self. And when you think you're your authentic self, then you kind of go deeper and realize that maybe that's not it either. And it's a never-ending adventure. I mean, I don't look at it as a chore or a task or something that I want completion like now. It's this beautiful adventure and journey that we just continue. We reach a level, we're at peace, we think that this is it, and then all of a sudden something happens and we end up going deeper into ourselves. So this journey of yours, I mean, that's been going on for a while. So, how long has it been, and what do you see in your future, if anything specific?
Well, it's really interesting because, I've been in this like business or on this path for a long time, like my whole life, really.
Yeah.
But because of Song Divine, I can see now the purpose in every single little thing that happened, every single job I've had, every single relationship I've had, every single trauma I've had or whatever. It's all led to this. And Song Divine now is my Dharma. This is my purpose. And
Dharma is future. Correct. Dharma
is your purpose.
Your purpose. So, got it.
Yeah. So my Dharma is, this is what I was put on this earth to do. And everything else was just preparation for this, to give me the tools to do this. And so when I think about writing another book, I've written 15 books.
Yeah.
Like, what more am I going to write about? And honestly, I can't even say I've written Song Divine because Krishna wrote it, right? He wrote it. I just kind of moved the words around so that they rhymed. So I'm not taking credit for it. But if I can, at this point, bring the Gita to a larger audience, that's what I need to do.
Yeah.
So in whatever way, shape, or form I can do that, I'm going to do that. And I'm just going to let that unfold with God's guidance, because whenever I try to make something happen, try so hard, it's frustrating, right? So all I have to do is open doors, and keep opening doors and keep opening doors and see what happens, and just, gently find my way, not ram down a door.
Right. No.
Not that. Just open the door and see what happens. So that's what I'm doing. That's my plan now, because I'm 61. I just turned 61 yesterday. I don't have like the same ambition I had when I was 30,
Right.
or 40 even. I don't have that ambition. I feel like I want to enjoy my kids and whatever grandkids I end up getting. I have grandkids, but they're in Australia.
Right.
So what do you do?
Yeah.
And there's other, I want to contribute to my temple, and our spiritual sangha, and keep taking the classes. I enjoy those so much.
Right.
And just, maybe I'll make a movie of Song Divine. Maybe we'll make the play. Maybe we'll make, the stage show, whatever it is. Let's see how it happens. Every day I work a little bit towards it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, God knows. I don't know, but God will show me.
God knows. That's right. I mean, that's the beauty of it, right? Is you've got all of the potential possibilities and possibilities you haven't even seen yet.
Exactly.
That come in. And as long as you keep that open mind, then that's what it becomes. And, I think that for me, in watching Song Divine yesterday, and just taking time for the first time in all the years that we've talked about this, it made sense to me. And so, considering how much I'm around various, religions and thoughts and theories and so on, I've always felt like I've had a good handle on it. And this one I hadn't. But when I watched the video, it's like, this makes sense to me now. And it sounds like that's exactly what your goal was
Yes.
to bring it to those of us in the Western culture who haven't studied a lot, because it always has seemed insurmountable to me to understand.
Yeah, I took this and made it this.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty. That's Lisa. That's Lisa. That's you through and through.
So funny. But yeah, you got to watch the other music videos too, because there's 19 music videos up there, one for each chapter, plus like a bonus video that's the Maha Mantra. There's actually an introductory video too that my goddaughter read, and she has this beautiful Indian accent. So I'm like, so good.
I will certainly watch the other 18 or 19 and intros and so forth. And we'll make sure that the folks watching this can get access to it as well.
Great.
And,
thank you.
Because it's important. It's important. I think that, there's so many different ways to walk a path to God. And I think that it's important to walk the path that you're comfortable with, because all paths lead there. And, just in having that, being able to watch, one of the videos yesterday, and of course, having this discussion with you, maybe it's time to take a course on it. Maybe it's time to take some teaching on it, just so that I have a better understanding, because I'm intrigued. And
well, what I've done, and this might help you in that coursework, is I have daily Gita emails that I send to people. So when you sign up, you start with day one, and it comes like a verse a day for 365 days. And it has the verse and the commentary. And I also last year started January 1 last year and went through December 31 with daily Gita videos. So every day, and those are up on YouTube too. Yeah. So you can just watch one a day, and they're just numbered day 1, day 2, day 3, day 365, all the way through.
As always, my dear friend, I thank you so much for being on today and bringing your wisdom, and we'll do it again. because
Yes,
we wanna
thank you. You are the
support on
best.
this.
Yeah, there's always lots to talk about with you. I
There is
love it.
always, and we can pick lots of topics, and we'll continue to do that. So thank you everyone for tuning in to Healing Within, an Adventure Inside, and my beautiful guest and friend, Lissa Coffey.
Welcome to a world where particles, vibrations, and light collide, a place where leading industry experts and healers come together to discuss controversial topics that will challenge your beliefs and expand your mind. From quantum physics to metaphysics, no topic is off limits. But this is not your typical podcast.
And that's what's so critical. What you're thinking is still going inside of your body. Just because you don't say the words doesn't mean that it's not so, because you still think, right? And so we've gotten to the point where, well, as long as I keep my mouth shut, I'm okay. No, you're not. You're still storing up your body. You are still putting emotions in your body because of your need to be right. And if we have no right or wrong, then what is? And that's all there is, right? It's either energy or it's not. Whether you're speaking the words, whether you're thinking the words, whether you're thinking it, still matters.
It's a show guaranteed to make you question your assumptions and push you to expand your horizons. For those who are already fascinated or passionate about the work of Patti Conklin, this show will give you an inside look into the mind of one of the industry's most renowned figures in vibrational mediation. With over 28 years of experience and a long list of big-name collaborations, Patti's insights and perspectives will inspire and challenge even the most seasoned practitioners. And if you're the skeptic who doesn't believe in vibrational mediation, this show is for you. Healers, doctors, and scientists are just a few of the professions represented by our fascinating visitors that bring their unique perspective to every episode. Join us on this journey into the world of healing within and adventure inside. Our mission is to inspire, challenge, and enlighten our audience with thought-provoking conversations and fascinating guests from a wide range of fields who can shed new light on important issues facing society today. Join us for each episode if you're ready to explore and learn about the latest developments at the intersection of cutting-edge science, spirituality, and self-improvement. Enter a world where waves, particles, and light all meet. Enter the world of healing within and adventure inside.